Jagwa music.
Tanzania itabaki kuwa Tanzania.
Yes, people. Greetings, and welcome to another session. Yes, and the final session for 2018. And if you notice, there's been a delay in putting out tunes and attack, and it was intentional also. The track that you just heard is from Jagwa music from Tanzania, and I want to dedicate this show, as a tribute to the lead singer, Jackson Kazimoto, Aluta Kazimoto, who passed away about 2.5 weeks ago. And I was actually in Australia with him on tour, and the last day we were there, that's when the news came in right away. It happened. It was me who got the news and then told me same time, because I actually know the guy also. And he died in a car crash, with a Scania trailer truck and car, and that was it, So we just sent, the news to somebody who we knew him also, and so I just decided to kind of delay putting out the session and then honor and do this one as a tribute to Jackson. So rest in peace, my brother, and you won't be missed only by Tanzania but by the world, because your music was infectious and your music will be infectious, And to all the rest of the band members, I'm really happy to have shared space with you all, and it was a pleasure and it was great fun and just something different, So, Jagwa music, and that is from the album Bongo Hotheads. So check it out, people. Jagwa music, Bongo Hotheads. And again, Jackson, rest in peace, and condolences to the band members and your family and everyone. Now today's show, people, it's about letting go, and that's what I'm doing, because there's one little thing that's been kind of really eating away at me and holding me back, and it's been a constant fight in a way, internally and emotionally, certain way, and I've finally come to terms with certain things and realize letting go completely is the best way. And from I put that in my psyche, I feel a whole lot better. And it might sound strange, but that's what I've learned from over the years. When you let go things, it's a form of freedom, self-preservation. And today's show, I'm going to be speaking about me, but the show isn't about me. All right? So catch the gist on that. So I'm going to share my, certain aspects of my well-being, my life, my personal aspect with you all, experiences, hoping it'll make you think and also can make certain adjustments if needs be, and that means letting go. Now, if you notice, I never started with the introduction song. That introduction song that used to be played is one of my tracks, and that was produced by Love Is a Bassline also. So for the first, I'm gonna play the actual song itself, and it's titled The Music. And it was written by myself, and it was just explaining that the music is my comforter, my love, my family, my friend, all the way to the end. So listen to the lyrical content, and this was supposed to be on an album, but I'll explain that a little bit later when we come back from the track. And that's one of the first things I'm going to address, my musical direction and career from here on in. So here goes Soul's Liberation, The Music, featuring Sim.
Me turn up the treble and the bass, crank the volume. Sounds from the speakers, me soul consumer. The music, me love a family friend. The music, me comforter to the end.
that's the sound of Soul's Liberation, the music featuring Sim. And that track was produced by Love is a Bassline. And what it is, I'm just gonna put it out there also. And if you're watching this, Jay, this goes out to you, because I'm gonna address two persons today in particular with this session. And that has to do with my musical direction, career, and my personal life also. And like I say, it's about letting go. And I've kind of let go of this work, this project work, for quite a while now. Because what it is, people, 2017 to 2018, I was kind of locked down studio-wise, working with G and some stuff. And I understand his direction and thought he understood mine and all that. So we did some brilliant work, and the plan was to put out an album. Slowly things changed and became down to EP and all that. And, you're doing business and music, you discuss percentage and all of that. And only to get from PRS and email and a certain percentage, and I didn't appreciate that, Jay. You made a decision behind my back, and percentage wasn't fair and not what we agreed and discussed, although we never put anything in writing yet. And I treated you like a brother, embraced the family and all of that, and open up my circles to you, and it was about progression and pushing you. And like I say, you were like a brother, but no love lost or anything, but I just rather it is what it is, and wish you all the best, but that's not the way one should operate. I was true to you, and I expected the same from you, and it was working together. It wasn't about you, it wasn't about me, So that's what it is, people, because actually we were supposed to put out an album in which, there's some work out there. If you all want to check it, because I don't even play the tracks really, and I've got quite a lot of music sitting on. So, from here on in, I've decided, I'm going to cut kind of helping people to an extent, because I'm like that, and that's part of my nature. And sometimes I see people struggling, and if I can open a door or point them in a direction, I will. But as somebody mentioned to me years ago, because they always say I'm trying to help people, and sometimes people will pull you down. And they said to me, boy, Ripton, why don't you just focus on yourself sometime, and sometimes just give people a break, because, it's like you're holding back yourself by just even helping people constantly. And it's true. And the minute I start doing that, so from here on in, my whole musical direction, it's going to be just strictly from a super professional level, and just stick with the people who I know mean me well, and there was never an issue from day one. All these years we've been working, and I'll keep it that way, and that's how it is. So yeah, man, wish you all the best, Jay, and longevity in what you're doing, and to you and your family. But that's just how it is, and I'm comfortable with that, and I decided to remove myself, because at the end you switched on me, and we leave it at that. So I've let go of that, and I'm just putting out in the public, and that's how it is. So that's it, people. As I say, I've got some music floating around under the Soul's Liberation name, and Love is a Bassline. So if you want to check it out, check it out. But I won't promote the music, I won't push it, and if I feel like playing my own music, I'll play it, but the energy that was there isn't there anymore. So I'll move on from that, and I want to let that go. And it's not a waste of time spending on nearly a complete year in the studio, but I've learned from it. And stuff like that will never happen again. So that said, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna play a track from Lord Echo, and much respect to Lasaran family all the way down there in New Zealand. So I'm gonna play something from Lord Echo called The Sweetest Meditation. Big up yourself, Lord Echo, also all the way down there in New Zealand. Yes, Sweetest Meditation. Yeah. Sin. That's the sound of Lord Echo, Sweetest Meditation. So big up yourself all the way down here in New Zealand. Yes, so shout out to Lasara. Send this one out to you and the family. Yes, big up. And yes, just before I touch the other subjects still, I just want to say, because if you watch this, Jay, our last conversation months ago when I tried to, see what's going on, when PRS, kind of contacted me, and that's how I saw the percentage and all that stuff. You said something, and I will hold you as a brother, and that should have never come out of your mouth. And it's not just what you said, but it's also the tone of it, the tone. And that's why, from here on in, if you want to reach me, you go through the right channels. And that's how it is. And, if not, just keep it moving. Yeah? Now, on to the next bit, people. And like I said, it's about letting go. And that's why I'm just letting off. I'm just getting rid of two stuff that's on my mind. And that's part done, the musical side. Push away all that negative energy. And I'm going to push another energy away, which is my personal life. And this one is gonna be the rougher one because this has to do with my son. And for those of you who know my son and you know my circle, and you know how it is from day one. He's a joy and will always be a joy and my only obligation. But my son and his mom, communication is poor between us, and I'm not gonna lie. And I've tried in my own way, and what I realize, you see, when people want instant gratification constantly and are blinded by society and certain things and technology and all of that, it's killing communication. And that's what I realize. People are lacking high levels of communication, and I think such is the case that happened also with my son's mother and myself. And we've never argued or anything, people, but it's built up an energy I don't want to be around. And my son is in London, so is his mother, and that's where I lived for 7 years and decided to shift because it's not doing me any good, and it's sucking my energy, it's sucking my creativity, and I just gotta let go. And I find out going back and forth trying to see my son, it's getting worse and worse, and not just for my son, but just for myself. Because London is a place I detest because of the energy it creates and what it does to people, and his mom doesn't make it any better for me or any easier. And I've tried to communicate in my own way, and I'm not going to use a mediator to do that because I saw her and I see her as an intelligent person for communication, and it's just not happening, and I just decided to leave it as it is. And I'm going to pull away from my son also. And when I say pull away, I don't mean I'm going to cut him off completely. Don't get me wrong and don't get it twisted, because that's my blood right there. Yeah? And for the record, I was actually the one who you could say deliver my own son, because I was right there with the nurse. I saw when he entered the world. No, I didn't faint in the room or anything, but that was my pride and joy. And when he came out and they kind of washed him off, I took off my shirt and I lifted him to the skies and I placed him on my chest, skin to skin. And that's something no one will ever understand between me and him. And the way I've seen things panned out and, the behavior of people, I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to fight anyone for anything. And that's just how it is. So every time I enter London to see my son, it's hard for me. It's very hard. And I do not want to deal with that. And his mother doesn't make it any better. And I'm not kind of slugging her off, but I'm just being open right now. I've never shared my personal life, but this is something I got to get out of the way. And I find a lot of people around hypocrites. And the only people I trust right now around my son is his school and just one friend. And I'm going to be honest, because I find people turn a blind eye to certain things, and part of it encourages his mom to behave the way she does. And that's just how it is. Yeah? And when I remove myself from London, it's not because I chose to, but I was put in a situation. And one day the truth will come out. And if it doesn't come out, my son will know truth. Because things have a way of surface. Yeah. So that's all I'll say for now. So I'm just going to remove myself from that completely. And I understand his mom and the whole situation, family-wise and, children. I don't know. I knew all along. But don't paint pictures and, don't tell stories. Just be honest and speak truth. And that will set one free. So that's why I'm being open, people. I'm just letting go and get rid of stuff, So regarding my music and my personal life, my livelihood, I'm just pushing away certain things and I'm welcoming certain things. So this December was an interesting month for me, the way things pan out. The last tour, things we've learned from it, things I've seen, just the whole scenario of how things happened, the passing away of Jackson, the timing, and up to this point of recording. And when I look back, it's a positive moment coming in now. And what I've set out to achieve in 2018, people, I've achieved it and a lot more. And for those of you, there are very few people who know the truth about, my being, actually who I am and my ancestry. And there's a deeper story at which, when the time is right, I will share with the general public. But when the time is right, because there are still things that needs to be done and tidy up. And that's what I'm about. I need my energy for that because this is a lifelong journey I've been doing in Jamaica. And to be honest, people, that's one of the main reason why I came to the UK. And it's to track and sort out my own ancestry because there's a very deep story behind who I am and my whole name and my entity, my being here. So I have to reserve my energy for that in particular and also to keep myself afloat. I'll still be the same me, but will be a lot more wiser. And he who travels sees, learn, and know a lot. Fact. Not he who lives long. He who travels, see, knows, learn a lot. Yeah. So I still got a lot to share and offer to the world. And I'd rather put my energy for that. So I have no room for time wasters anymore. And let me put it out there, point blank, people. If you lack communication and have no interest in sitting and have conversation that can elevate and uplift ourselves as human beings, I'm not just saying positive, but we speak about the negative also. It's the yin and yang of life. Please don't come in my domain. Stay away, and I will also stay away from you. With no love lost or anything, but it's just best. And that's what I find out. I love to communicate. And I don't allow myself to get caught up in technology that everything is like constant finger. That's why sometimes if I send out a WhatsApp, I speak. Everybody's into this finger communication and it bites into communication. And there's a lot of craziness going on. I've heard just prior to this recording, the Girl Scouts of America are encouraging children not to hug family and all of that this Christmas season because it will lead up to things. What kind of BS is that? So people are just getting crazy. But anyway, that's my direction, people. I have no time for time wasters, or as they blatantly say, pussyfoot around. Straight up. So all the people who have kind of come in my domain and have allowed in my domain and have tried to extract from me, I'm going to put a stop to it. And from here on in, my energy will be utilized in the proper way and with the proper people for the right causes. Yes. So that's just it. I'm letting go. And I hope you who listen this and watch, if you've got something bothering you, let go. Because let me tell you, from experience, I've let go from relationships. Because I was even married, I had to step away from my own marriage. Verbal abuse behind closed doors. I ain't gonna put up with that. I don't have to. I need to have my dignity and my morality. I've walked away from material stuff. I've walked away from financial resources. I've done it all and start from ground zero. And that's the key. finding the strength to walk away from anything that's negative. Even sometimes when children are involved or a child is involved, sometimes you have to walk away, because at the end of the day, what is due to you will always be for yours. And I know my son will always be my son. So, all the best to everyone who has to remove themselves from something. Think and find the strength within, and you will overcome. And I'm telling you from experience, letting go, a state of self-preservation. You have to preserve yourself, because if you are of use to yourself, you will be of use to everyone around you and everything. If you are of no use to yourself, you will be of no use to anyone around you, not even the ones you love. So think about it. Yeah? So my next track to you is one from Little Axe, and it's called Hear My Cry. That's the sound of Little Axe and a thing called Hear My Cry. So yes, people, hope I'm making some sense, and like I say, I'm just opening up aspects of my personal life, letting go and just sharing with you, hoping if you are going through some sort of struggle in letting go from something that's creating your pain, anguish, you find the strength within and let go. And that's one of the great things about myself. There's nothing or no one that can hold me ransom in this planet. No one, none, no one. Because I know I have the gusto to walk away from anything that's eating away and pulling. I like to give things time, because time is the key and the master of things. And you'll always have answers in front of you. And you'll be shown signs and you have to know how to read them. Yeah. And once you know your purpose in this planet, that's a gift. That's a gift, a God-sent gift, a blessings, whatever you want to call it. It is. Once you know your purpose in life, and that I do know my purpose on planet Earth. I do know my purpose. So I can read signs, and when things speak to me, I follow. Because we all have our guides and signs, and we all have our purpose in life. And I'm on a mission also to bring some unity and some harmony amongst certain essence, centuries of pain and anguish. And that's one of my main missions. So I can't afford to let anyone or anything creep in my way. And at the same time, I use my music to share my enjoyment, my message, my being, and share that with the people who deserve it. That's what I'm doing from here on in. I'm taking no prisoners. Not feeling sorry for anyone anymore, or trying to help people who will be time wasters. So I hope I make that clear. And feel free to share. Yeah. So yes, people, that's what it's about. And like I said, one of my main struggles was dealing with my son and seeing him, and you know, I ain't gonna let my body bring my son to me out on the road, or I'm staying somewhere and that kind of, nah. Before that, my son stay where he is and just stay with his mom basically. You know, because I've tried my best in many ways, and I'm not gonna pretend like, you know, everything is all fine. No, but I have to make myself fine and okay. And if it happens I don't communicate with my son for whatever reason for a time, we will still communicate. Because I'm gonna let him be, I'm gonna let him go. Yeah. But understand what I mean when I say let him go. Yeah. So this is also a message, you know, to his mom and the circle of people and all the people who entertain you in, you know, whatever decisions and things you've done. Alright, and that's why I say my son is surrounded by a lot of hypocrites. And I'll say that publicly, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So that's how it is. Letting go. Yep. And moving on. So my next track to you, I'm gonna play one more track from Jagwa Music. And this one is called Mapango Mazima. Yes, Jackson, rest in peace. Yes, that's the sound of Jagwa music and a thing called Mpango Mzima. Yes, all the way from Tanzania. And like I say, this show is also a tribute to Aluta Kazimoto, lead singer of Jagwa music, who passed away. It's kind of a bit emotional also because I knew the guy, you know, and yeah, I've lost a couple people over the years, quite close, you know, and in the music fraternity, you know, yeah. So anyway, that's it, people. You know, I'm talking about letting go, and that's what I'm doing. I'm using my personal life just to share a bit with you, and just to let you know I'm letting go from certain things and from certain people, you know. Yeah, and you know, my only obligation right now in planet Earth really is my son. And I'll just do it in my way, the way I see fit. I'm not gonna hustle for him. I'm not gonna fight anyone. I'm not gonna go in any debate or that kind of thing. No, it's not worth it. Because anywhere I go, my son is always with me and will always be with me. Always. And make no mistake, anyone enter his domain the wrong way, they got me to deal with. And just keep that in mind, especially if anyone watch this who knows. You know, yeah, that's how it is. You know, because even when I'm doing my show, this is my son. And when I take it up, I get a lot of memories. Yeah. So everywhere I go, there's always something. Always stuff. Yeah. And I'm just gonna put it out there too. I'm also writing a journal for him. I'm gonna give him one day. You know. And there will be the right sources and people. If anything should go wrong with me, or you know, you never know what life brings or what tomorrow brings, he'll still receive them. Because it's good to have great people and great friends and families in the right places too. But yeah, I'm writing a journal for my son, and also I'm writing a book too, you know, people, in regards to my whole ancestral journey. It's very interesting. So like I said, when the time is right, I will share that with you all. But when the time is right, or when I decide to do so. Yeah. So much respect to all the people. And I want to say I was at a little get together a couple of days ago, and somebody came up to me who actually said, you know, I watch Tunes and a Talk, and they specifically said they watch it for the music in particular, because they have learned a lot. And that's the fourth time somebody have really stepped up to me and really mentioned Tunes and a Talk. And like I said, people, for me, it's not something I make money from. I do it because it's a place I can hear my voice also, just like I'm doing now. And it's not about views or what have you. But if it does something for even one person, that's what matters. Yes, so that's the importance for me. So I love technology, and technology can be dangerous, but technology can be good. And it depends on how you use it. It's just like when you're surrounded by people, even negative people can be great also. So it's not about negative or positive, and it's about energies. It's about energies. That's essential. And you have to deal with negative and positive energy. You can't have too much negative energy, and you can't have too much positive energy either. It's a yin and yang, but you have to know the balance. You gotta know when to let go. So my final track to you is from my great musical sister, my sister from another mother. Yes. And big up yourself to the entire Bubble Teas Communications, the crew. Yes, big up everybody, and big up to the pool. Yeah, and just keep on keeping on, everyone. Yeah, because we got a lot to offer to the world musically. So my last track is from the legendary Mim Suleiman, and one of my favorite tunes. It's called Yaleo. So enjoy, people, and remember, don't be afraid to let go. Because if you're afraid to let go, it's one thing that's eating at you, and it's called fear. However you perceive it to be, but that's a crucial factor. The fear. Never have the fear of letting go when you know you have to let go. That's it. Simple.
Leo ni siku ya kusema. Hakuna siku nyingine. Hakuna siku nyingine hata ya kusema kama siku hii.
Mem Suleiman.
Nataka kuchukua hii nafasi ya leo kusema yalo ndani mupate kufaidi. Rusheni roho wenzangu, jipaini burudi, usimjali isipokuwa wenu ya Rabbi. Ya leo majua kwa nini yapate upate kuyafika. Leo ni siku ya leo we, na kesho sifa zote sifa zote hazijafika we. Leo ni siku ya leo we, na kesho sifa zote sifa zote hazijafika we.
Welcome in 2019 people. Prosperity, longevity to you and your life circles. And I'll see you in another time and space. 2019.
Now get your Leo ni siku ya kusema, hakuna siku nyingine. Hakuna siku nyingine hata ya kusema kama siku hii. kesho kweli kweli haijafika ya leo. Na kesho